Working with steady, high-paying customers is the easiest way to build a freelance business. But these clients aren't going to magically find you because not necessarily they are using platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, or even LinkedIn. Because as we all know, freelance is being paid ridiculously low at freelance platforms and the competition there is crazy. And if you do get the job, those freelance platforms will take their cut from your earnings. For example, if talking about Upwork, because we talk a lot about Upwork on this channel, Upwork takes anywhere between 5 and 20% of your earnings. Like 5% doesn't sound too bad, but still to make Upwork take only 5% from your earnings, you have to earn $10,000 with one customer. And if you start working with another new customer, Upwork will take 20% again. And there is always a better way to choose your clients. You should choose those steady, high-paying clients you want to work with and attract them with a client-based marketing. And this is like a 4-step process. And the first step would be to choose your money-making specialty, which means that you have to focus, to niche down, to narrow your expertise, because the market offers a wide variety of freelancers, and if a high-paying, steady customer is looking for a talent on the market, they want the very best and someone who is specialized in the problem they are facing with. And if you are providing a solution to that problem, and if your profile seems to be the best with dealing in this problem, who do you think they are going to choose? Now, there is a flip side to that, and that is if you narrow down too low, or if your specialty is a low paid thing, for example, content writing. But then if you niche down to some finance or business content writing, then it's not that low paid again. So make sure that your specialty does pay well, is in high demand, and that there are few specialists on the market like yourself. This will make it easier for you to find your prospective clients and for your prospective clients to find you. The next thing for you would be making a list of prospective clients, of high-paid prospective clients. And here, the approach might be different, but just my small advice here is to find the key players on the market, the bigger companies who are serving in B2B domain, because those tend to understand the value of their contractors and they tend to choose their contractors wisely. So again, if you have a narrow expertise where you are the expert, then they might most probably want to work with you rather than with someone else who offers a wider variety of services. But then again, when choosing a company that you want to work with, make sure to check their background, to check the feedback of their previous contractors. They are all available on the web. And also make sure that those are commercial organizations, established businesses, because there are a lot of non-profit organizations and some universities and some educational establishments that don't really pay well or cannot afford to pay you sometimes at all. And keep in mind that smaller businesses and medium-sized businesses are good to work with as well. But still, my tip would be to hit for those who work more in a B2B domain. Now, the third step would be to attract your prospective clients with targeted emails. And here the process, we'll talk about this process a little bit later, but the core thought here is that you should find decision makers in that company and write them targeted emails. So this is not a situation when you can outline a generic email and just bunch send them. No, that's not how you find high value customers, steady customers. You have to write each email individually. Now, a side step here is that this process is, I presume, the lengthiest part of the entire marketing process of getting a high-paid, steady customers. But then this time-consuming part will pay back. So you might want to spend some time to grow your list of prospective clients and start with those clients who are your best prospects, your dream companies to work with, and then work downwards. In fact, you only need a few bigger clients to build your freelance business, be it an Upwork agency or a software agency or any outsourcing agency like video editing, YouTube marketing, whatever. So you just need few bigger clients to base your business on. And to that end, you'll want to develop a list of prospective clients of about 200 to 400 companies in your list, and you might want to divide them into like separate niches. For example, we do data engineering, but you can do data engineering for travel industry, you can do data engineering for finance industry, for law, for government, whatever. So you might want to divide your niche into sub-niches and like treat them differently and send them different emails. And out of all of those lists of your prospects, you might want to choose about 30 clients to whom you will send your first emails, then take another 30 and another 30 until you get your few bigger clients that will supply you with the workload enough to run your business. So how do you create those prospects lists? Now, there are several ways how you can create a list of high-paid, steady clients for your freelance business. And those are professional associations, those are leading company lists, online industry directories, and LinkedIn. And by the way, if you haven't heard of LinkedIn by some chance, or if you haven't given it needed attention, I strongly recommend that you do, and do check out these videos of mine where I talk in details how to get prospects on LinkedIn with or without using a sales navigator. Actually, you might want to check the entire playlist on LinkedIn, so do check it out after this video. I'll put the link in the description below. Now, why I have underlined the importance of LinkedIn that much in this part, because the next part that you want to pay attention is how to find a right contact person within the company that you want to work with. So in other words, how to find a decision maker in that high-paid, steady company who might eventually become your client. And this is where LinkedIn might come in handy, because honestly, LinkedIn is the best resource on the web to get the contacts of any desired business person. I would recommend you going into the profile of your company, then looking at that company's team members or employees, and then look at the decision makers, like who is likely to be the decision maker for your particular service offering. There are usually all sorts of people, like vice presidents, operational managers, digital marketing managers, like public relationship managers, any sorts of communication managers, technical personnel, and others. So my advice would be to look into, first, understand what type of a company that is, because in like medium-sized businesses, it might make sense to message even vice president or CTO or VP of technology or any senior staff. The senior, the better. However, if you're targeting like a bigger company, like an enterprise type of company, I would recommend you going like a little bit lower, like not because you're not worthy of talking to someone who's higher. No, sometimes they do reply, but still, the decision would be made not by them, but by their like junior staff. And why? Because in enterprise level companies, the decisions are mostly being made by project managers or program managers or product managers or team leads or whoever who will be your ambassador in that company to either make their management hire you or not. So you might want to start your way like from the very bottom and work all the way up, because there are multiple decision makers. And depending on your niche, on your specialization, you might want to target to a specific person. For example, if you're offering a digital marketing services, then you might want to target someone in marketing department, right? Or if you're offering a software outsourcing services, then you might want to target someone from the technical personnel, like CTO or maybe a team lead or someone senior from the technical staff. And they, even if they don't help you, they might recommend you someone who is worth talking to on your particular question. But a small advice here, have your LinkedIn profile brushed up that will show immediately who you are and what your business is about. I strongly recommend that you have a custom cover on your profile, cover image, and a great profile picture and all those basics. And I talk about that in this video of mine on how to brush up your LinkedIn profile, and that is important. If they go into your profile and there's nothing there, I'm not sure if I'm going to proceed with that person, right? So make sure that your profile is great, that your writing is great, and that you're addressing the right person. And again, work from the bottom to the up if you're targeting enterprise-leveled companies. Now that you've identified the decision maker in that dream company of yours that would eventually, probably, hopefully become your high-paid steady customer, it's time to understand whether you're going to message them on LinkedIn or via email. Now, you can message them on LinkedIn, either directly if they have an open profile, or if they have a closed profile, you might message them via Sales Navigator. And again, I have mentioned that in my LinkedIn videos. Check them out after this one. So you might message them directly on LinkedIn. However, many business professionals don't use LinkedIn that often. Even myself, I don't really look into my LinkedIn profile every single day, so I might even miss some of the messages. And some professionals don't check their LinkedIn profile for months. So you might want to message them on email, on their business email. Now, most people don't have their email listed on their LinkedIn profile, and now you cannot even message them after you had messaged them in Sales Navigator. So you'll have to figure that out. But you have, again, a couple of options here. The first one would be to use services like hunter.io, that is an extension for Google Chrome, or use a service such as Newsroom, which always lists media contacts. Or then another trick is to find the format in which email addresses of that particular company are being written in, and try to just put in last and first name of the person that you're targeting. That is a trick, a little bit of a hack of trying to find the right email address, but then again, sometimes it's available on the web if you search long enough. And I have already talked about the fourth step that you will have to make in order to find high-paid steady clients, and that is to create a client-focused LinkedIn profile and probably a website to impress clients with your online portfolio and with the examples of your previous work. Because as I have already mentioned, when a client is interested in working with you, they might want to check your profile and check what you're up to and what have you done and what is your previous experience. So that is why your LinkedIn profile must have this compelling look with the right keywords so that they might easily find you. Client-oriented headline, and again, I have been talking about this in my previous LinkedIn videos. So headline and the about section. And if you have a website, if you build yourself a professional website, and that is what I recommend you doing when you start working with high-paid steady clients, B2B clients, then you definitely need a website. Not before that, you might start with someone who's smaller, then you don't really need a website. But when you're growing, when you're hitting for bigger clients, I do recommend that you have a website. Now, your website must also be compelling and client focused with great, stunning homepage that clearly describe what you do and who you do it for. Now, I do hope that this video has been helpful in terms of you understanding how to choose clients, how to find better clients and bigger clients. And if this video has been helpful, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for weekly videos on how to build a service-based online business or an outsourcing business or IT business or tech business. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell because we talk a lot about this on this channel. And give me a like if you liked this video or dislike if you didn't. I'd really appreciate that, and leave me a comment. What are you struggling the most in your freelance business? I'm really interested because this might be the next topic that we'll be covering on this channel. Thank you for watching. Go and check out my LinkedIn videos, and I'll see you in our next episode. See you there.